Well, y'all know it's Tuesday.
Absolutely.
It is.
What happened on Tuesday, Trey?
We got it in 3, 2, 1.
Teach 'em Tuesdays!
Featuring TJ Houshmandzadeh.
Let's get it, baby.
Hey, the Eagles obviously were bad yesterday, T, but what I noticed about the Eagles was this. When they're under center, that's how they can get back right. Any Eagles fans or sports fans in the chat, understand this. When the Eagles were under center, Jalen Hurts was 2 of 3, 48 passing yards, 16 yards per attempt, no interceptions. The team had 11 rushing yards, 11 rushing attempts, 106 rushing yards, 9 yards per carry. But when they were in the gun, 19 of 37, 5 yards per attempt, 4 picks. When they were in the gun, 14 carries, only 28 yards. Take a look at how they look under center, and now we gonna wrap. Let it roll. The Eagles can become a great team again if they become an under center team. When the Eagles were under center, get this, they had 11 carries for 106 yards, 9.6 yards per carry. When they weren't, 14 carries for 28 yards, 2 yards a carry. If they get under center, they can become a great team again. But y'all, it gets even better. When the Eagles were under center, 2 completions out of 3 attempts, 48 yards. 16 yards per attempt. Why? Because when you go under center, you impact these 1, 2, 3 underneath players, the linebackers. All of a sudden, because you impact them with the threat of the run, you get long completions. When the Eagles were under center, 3 attempts, 2 completions, 48 yards, no interceptions. Out of the shotgun, 37 attempts, 19 completions, 4 interceptions. 16 yards per attempt under center, no picks. 5 yards per attempt in the gun, 4 picks. The Eagles can become a great team again. Watch these linebackers get influenced. Can become a great team again if they become an under center team. T, what I've realized when I went back and watched the Eagles tape, Trey, how late was I, bro, watching that tape, G?
To 2 a.m.
2 a.m. We was up working.
Locked in.
It was up late.
Care Bear working, Trey working, I'm working. We all working for y'all. I got some important information for y'all. There's no better place to win cash while watching sports than PrizePicks. Football season is here and basketball season is here, so there's absolutely no better time to join. It's super easy to use. To create a lineup, all you got to do, select a few player stats, pick more or less. That's literally it. PrizePicks is available in more than 40 states, including California, Texas, my home state, and Georgia. But my favorite thing, PrizePicks is going to give you $50 in lineups when you make your first $5 lineup. What's that mean? Win or lose, you get $50 in lineups for free. Just download the app and use promo code Speakeasy today. $5 gets you $50 in lineups. PrizePicks. It's good to be right. What I realized when I'm watching that tape is when the Eagles were under center, the run game is much more effective because the pass game is much more effective. The linebackers are much more confused when the Eagles are under center. Eagles are under center, all of a sudden you saw Derwin James, you saw Dian Henley, you saw Perriman, I believe, number 6. You saw them all influenced by the threat of the run, by the thought of the run. Because they're influenced by the threat of the run, TJ, A.J. Brown on them over routes, wide open. Much simpler passes for Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts does much better when he knows, okay, I got zone coverage. I have no underneath linebackers. I have no underneath nickelback because of the threat of the run. When the Eagles are under center, you have so many more run game options. You can get counter. You can get power. You can get split zone. You can get stretch. You can get duo. When you're in gun, you get one back power and you get zone read. Like what y'all have to understand in the chat, and y'all know on Tuesdays we got a little more laid back of a show. We try to get a little more intellectual for y'all. When you're under center, there's only so many run options because you don't have that extra off backer, that extra off tight end rather, that U back, that Y back who can really be an additive player in the run game. And so if the Eagles would just commit, T, in my mind, to getting under center more, they only ran 14 plays from under center. 11 runs, 3 passes. When I watch film, I can literally watch only the package of under center plays. So it only took me about 30 minutes to break them all down. But under center, T, significantly more effective. What are your thoughts on that?
I mean, obviously passing the ball and running the ball. Now, when you look at the percentage, it's about 80%, almost 78% run. Mm-hmm. And so you don't want to be, as they say, and we call it scouting, but now they call it analytics.
Yeah.
Is
too one-dimensional?
When I'm under center, 79% of the time, I'm running the ball.
Yeah.
And so now that it just makes it too obvious of what we're doing. But when you are more effective as an offense under center, you got to be under center more. That's just common sense. If I'm going to be basically 10 yards of carry running the ball and 24 yards of completion, 16 yards an attempt passing the ball, why wouldn't I get under center more? So that tells me they feel better. Either Jalen Hurts or Patullo, who's calling the plays, they feel better from the gun.
Yeah.
They operate better, obviously, under the center, or was it just that game? Because they were running the ball effectively, they were able to get some play action.
Yeah.
The backers were able to come up.
You know what's interesting now that you're talking about it? Usually quarterbacks prefer being under the gun. As a defensive player, I'm speaking. Please correct me. I love this show. I got 12 years of NFL experience to my right, and y'all are in for a treat. Quarterbacks like the gun more in my experience because you can always see everything at all times. When you under center, you got to turn your back to the defense for at least that half second when you're running that play action, unless it's straight drop back. When you turn your back to the defense, that 2 shell can turn into a 1 shell. That 1 shell can turn into a 2 shell. That 3 can turn into a buzz. That man 0 look can turn into man free. And Jalen, what I noticed yesterday, he struggles processing. And this isn't just Acho trying to throw shade. Literally, the tape suggests. Y'all remember that dart he threw to Devontae Smith?
Absolutely.
Okay, that dart. It was 3rd and 16. Oh, my God, I'll be watching this tape, y'all. It was 3rd and 16. The reason he threw that dart was because the Chargers pre-snap showed cover 2. So he knew exactly where to go to the ball. Acho, how did he know they were in cover 2? Derwin James was lined up 12 yards deep, and they were in a 3-high safety look with Derwin in the middle. It was cover 2 because Derwin never lines up there. Derwin was the middle run-through player, but he was already lined up in his middle run-through position. So
I know
when
exactly what play you're talking about, too.
So when Jalen Hurts took the snap, he knew pre-snap where he was going, and he knew post-snap where he was going. He knew the whole time where he was going because the Chargers did not disguise their look. When you're under center, you don't have that luxury. When you're under center and you run a play action, you turn around, picture immediately. And you have to be able to decipher what that picture is super quick.
A lot of quarterbacks like that. And that's why they would say when Aaron Rodgers was in Green Bay, he didn't like a lot of motion.
Yeah.
Because when you motion, now the coverage may change. And so I don't want motion. I know what they're doing. I'm good. My guy's going to win. I'm going to put the ball on the money type of thing.
That's interesting.
And so a lot of quarterbacks who would want to play action, turn my eyes to the defense, and then hope what I saw pre-snap is still the same, right? And so that's why a lot of guys don't like that because you just don't know. And the quarterbacks feel more comfortable because a lot of the times, and you know this from being a defensive player, the fronts marry with what they're going to do on the back end.
Absolutely.
So if you know what the front is and you really comprehend football and understand it, it don't matter if you turn your back because the front marries to the coverage.
Can I get it? Can I get time?
Half or a
what
full?
you need to have
Just a
or
half.
full. Okay.
TJ, I hate when you do this.
Uh-oh.
That was too smart.
I just look like this.
Break that down, T.
So-
Can I?
Go ahead. You got it.
He said the front is married to the back end. If the defense is in cover 3 and the safety is rotated down, and we might give that a rip call. Rip, right safety, rotated down. The outside backer has to now rotate. Because if the right safety's rotated down and they're in cover 3, the left outside linebacker is the one that's dropping. The left defensive end is in the rush. That's one person in the rush. The nose tackle's in the rush. The other nose tackle's in the rush with 3 technique. And then the right defensive end is in the rush. Because the right safety, rip call, he's dropping. He has the curl flat window. Right linebacker, hook curl window. Left linebacker, hook curl window. That left outside linebacker that's not in the rush, curl flat window. The DBs are married to the front. So if you're a smart quarterback, the second you see that right safety drop down, you instantly know what 4 players are rushing. You know that left outside linebacker not rushing. He can't be rushing. He has to be dropping. That's why Aaron Rodgers, if y'all remember that training camp play with the Jets, he said, back up, you're not coming. He said that because he saw the safety covering down. If the safety's covering down, you know who's coming and you know who's not coming. So T's exactly right, but not all quarterbacks can process and decipher that information.
It just takes a long time for guys to really get used to that and understand it without thinking. Like when I first got to the league, like they used to go over the offensive line. They never let us individually meet the receivers because they just thought me and Chad was some nuisance or something. We was gonna run the meeting room, right? And so we would have to sit in there with the offensive line and the quarterbacks when they were going over protections.
Yeah.
And instead of me getting on my phone, I chose to pay attention. And you learn football. I was like, oh shit, this is kind of interesting. I started to learn protections and what they were looking for, and why we gonna call Rip, Liz, Ram, Lion, Ron, Lou. Like those are the protections that we use, right? And so once you get to that point, it's easy mentally. Now you still got to make the throw and physically do everything the right way. But for a quarterback that when I turn my back, that's just different.
Yeah.
But now if I'm getting pretty much on average 13 yards a play when I'm under center, well, shit, I want to be under center more.
Yeah.
I want to be under center more.